Hi, I'm Helen, welcome to my channel. If you like my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know when I release a new video. Today's class is upper body strength. See you on the mat. We'll start today's class standing, so bring the big toes together with a little space between the heels. Stack the knees over the ankles, pelvis over the knees, shoulders are back and down, core is engaged, and on an inhale, arms come up to the sky. As you exhale, tip over to the right for a half moon. Really ground down into that left foot. And inhale, center. Exhale over to the other side. Grounding down into the right foot. Inhale, center. This time circle the right fingertips around the left wrist. And lean over, really pulling out of that side, using the breath. Inhale back up. Same thing over the other side. Remembering to breathe. And inhale back up. Bring the hands down. A couple of half sun salutations. So inhale, palms come up to the sky. Exhale, forward from the waist. Hands come down to the floor or to the shins. Inhale, lengthen out of the waist. Exhale, descend. Inhale, palms come up. Palms to chest. Again, palms to the sky. Exhale, forward from the waist. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, palms come up, palms to chest. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, forward fold from the waist. Bring the hands down. Bend the left knee. Plant the left hand underneath the chest. And on an inhale, the right arm comes up to the sky. It's just waking up the spine here with a spinal twist. Really pull back this right hip. Breathe. Exhale down and over to the other side. So the right hand under the chest. Right knee bends. Left arm releases to the sky. Pulling that left hip back. And exhale down. Hands to the hips. Come all the way up. Sun salutation A. Come to the top of the mat. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, and we'll step back for the first one. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bring the knees down, chest and chin. Cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, we'll just step up for the first one. Forward fold. Inhale, palms come up. Palms to chest. Again, palms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. You can step, or if you'd like, jump back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Use this time to start observing the body. Maybe you're feeling a little tight. Breathe. Then look forward, bend the knees, empty the lungs, and either step, jump to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms come up. Palms to chest. Again. Palms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. You can step, or if you'd like, jump back, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Breathe. Then look forward, bend the knees, empty the lungs, and either step, jump to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms come up, palms to chest. Inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, and we'll step back to plank. So this is a great one for building upper body strength. Bring the feet together, hands directly underneath the shoulders, zip the legs together, the whole front body engaged, and breathe here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the knees down, child's pose. Just roll out the wrists. We'll come back up again. Tuck the toes, plank. This time we'll do some shoulder flossing. So protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. So protract and around the upper back. As you retract, you're dipping the chest between the arms. Inhale, protract. Exhale, retract. Inhale, protract. Exhale, retract. 2 more. Protract, retract, protract, retract. Knees come down, child, and just roll out the wrists. Breathe here. Come back up to plank. We'll do some arm walking. This is great for building strength. You're going to lower down onto the right elbow, then the left. Plant the right hand, left hand up. Then the other side, left comes down. Then right, left, right. Right elbow, left elbow, right hand, left hand. Left elbow, right elbow, left hand, right hand. Right elbow, left elbow, right hand, left hand. Last time, left hand, elbow, right elbow, left hand, right hand. Knees come down, child. Just roll out the wrists. Then we'll come into dolphins. This is a great pose to do to prepare for headstand. A great shoulder opener and a shoulder strengthener. It's actually harder than it looks. So bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and come up into downward facing dog. Just ascend the heels here. You can bend the knees and get the length in the spine. And then you're going to come down onto the elbows. So you may be able to do that both at the same time or one at a time. Plant the hands, and it helps to bring the elbows in slightly because your arms are going to want to splay out and you'll lose the stability in the shoulders. So bringing the elbows in allows for that stability. You've really got to activate these muscles here and then walk in as far as your flexibility will allow. Breathe here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knees come down. Child's pose. Just roll out the wrists. Maybe shake the head. We'll do dolphin again, but a 3-legged dolphin. So this builds even more strength. So come back up to downward facing dog. Lower the elbows. Remember, if you bring them in slightly closer, when you put the weight in, they should be square. Round the upper back, and then maybe bring the left leg up. Look between the forearms, breathe here, 5 breaths. 1, 2, try and pour the weight into the arms. 3, 4, 5. Left leg comes down, right leg lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leg comes down, knees come down, child. So dolphin is quite hard, as you probably just realised. It does depend on the flexibility of your hamstrings. It's one of those poses that just keep doing it every time you practice, and it really will help you build strength. It's not really a pose that I do that often. I have started to incorporate it more into my practice, and I've noticed I've got more strength in my shoulders. So we'll come back up, back into plank. We'll move into Vashisthasana, side plank, also known as strong arm pose. So ground into the left hand, and you're going to roll over on to the knife edge of the left foot. This hand is directly underneath the shoulder blade. Now you can stagger the feet if that's easier. You can bring one knee down. You can be on one side and have the leg here, or you can stack the feet. So there's lots of options for this one. Really engage the left obliques, hips pushing up to the sky, then maybe release this top hand up. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe reach the top arm forward so your body is like in a rainbow. Couple breaths here. Then return up to the sky. Come over, plank, and we'll do the other side. So pick your leg position. I'm going to stack my feet. Ground down into this right hand. Stack the shoulders and breathe 5 breaths. 1, 2, really activate those right obliques. 3, 4, 5, and then bring the top arm forward, rainbow the body, reach forward, come back to plank, knees down, child's pose. Reconnect with the breath, reset. We've done a bit of work on the shoulders, so we'll just open them a bit. You've got a block here, you don't need one. Get it near, bring the knees under the hips. Hands are going to come forward for Anahata Asana, heart melting pose. So hands are shoulder width apart, bring the forehead down. Keep the upper back wide and allow the chest to come towards the floor. Just breathe here. If you want to go deeper, you can see if you can bring the chest down and the chin. Then come up and then get your block if you've got it. You can put the hands on it and allow the face to come through the arms. It just gets into the chest a little bit more and the shoulders. You can even put this on the highest height. So if you don't have a block, you can do this on the seat of a chair or something, but be mindful, don't go overboard. And then inhale, come up. So we'll work on chaturanga, which is the pose that you hate when you can't do it and you love when you can. We'll do some double dips. So I found that when I started to do some double dips, my upper body strength really improved. So come into plank pose. If chaturanga really isn't available to you, do this from the knees, but keep the body in a straight line. So we often do this knees, chest and chin. It doesn't really build strength. We want to keep this body straight because it's like a push-up. So pick which version and then look forward. You're going to bend the elbows and keep them close in to the waist. Inhale up into upward facing dog. You're going to go back to chaturanga, and if you're thinking, oh my god, how the hell am I going to do that? Just try. So tuck the toes and then really send your mind towards your elbows. Tell your elbows to bend. Back to chaturanga, up to plank, downward dog, knees come down. So whenever you're doing vinyasa flow yoga or whenever you do a chaturanga, you could always do a double dip. Don't blow out your shoulders, but it really helps build up strength. So we'll do it again. We'll do a couple of them. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, chaturanga, plank, dog, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, chaturanga, plank, dog. One more. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, chaturanga, plank, downward facing dog, child's pose. Just breathe. Forgive yourself if you couldn't do it. All that matters is the effort you put in and the lesson you learn along that way. So we'll come forward onto the belly. We'll come into Sphinx pose. So the elbows are just in front of the shoulders. Zip the legs together. Ground the pubic bone, engage the core, lift the head and chest, shoulders away from the ears and breathe here. So this is, Sphinx is really a supported cobra pose. So just getting some opening in the shoulders here. You know, when the upper back is in extension, it only ever is straight. It doesn't go past straight when it's in full extension. Just check in with the breath. Try and slow it down. We'll work on some more upper back strengthening. So bring the hands back by the sides. The forehead comes to the floor. Zip the legs together. And on an inhale, keeping the backs of the hands on the floor, lift the legs, lift the chest for locust. Breathe here, 5 breaths. 1. So gazing point is just in front of the mat. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Bring the right ear down, melt, let go. Breathe here. So we'll do locust again. This time we'll lift the arms off the floor. So this is one of those poses where there's several variations, so we'll work through some of them. Head comes back to neutral. Ground the pubic bone. Engage the core, and on an inhale, everything lifts up. 1. Remember, keep the gaze just in front of the mat. 2. Really focus your awareness on the muscles of the upper back. Use those to lift you. And release, and this time bring the left ear down. So if you find it difficult to breathe in that pose, that is perfectly normal. The position the body is in is sort of as if you're in an inhale. So the inhaling bit's easy. It's when you try to exhale in that position, you can find it quite laboured. And then bring the head back to centre. So this time we're going to bring the arms out directly in front. Just going to shuffle back a bit and do some swimming. So grounding that pubic bone, you're going to lift the left leg and lift the right arm at the same time. And release, and then opposite. Left arm, right leg. Release. Inhale, right arm, left leg. And down. Left arm and right arm. Down. Right arm and left leg. Down. Left arm and right leg. Down. And now both at the same time. So upper body and lower body, arms extended. Really make the body as long as possible. Don't forget to breathe. You might not come up very far. I don't come up very far. 2 more breaths. And release. Just breathe. You might want to place the forehead on the palms, stacking the palms. And then we'll do bow pose. So you can do locust again, or you can bend the knees, reach back, grab the outside of the feet, ground that pubic bone, engage the core, flex the ankles, and then lift up. So using the strength of the legs to help lift you, engaging that upper back. Great chest opener this. Always breathing, and then release down. Bring the head to the palms. And then slowly push up. Just come to the knees, sit here for a moment, palms in the lap, close the eyes. And inhale, come up to the knees, and we'll do camel pose, Ustrasana. So I've got 3 mats because my knees are quite sensitive. If you don't have 3 mats, but your knees are sensitive, you can always fold the mat over like this, just to give yourself a bit of padding. Tuck the toes so your heels are raised. We'll start with half camel first. So on an inhale, the right arm is going to come up and you're just going to sweep back and grab this right heel. And then come back. Then we'll do the other side. So inhale the left arm up and reach back. So we're just getting into the shape, warming up the back. We've already done a few back bends. The best warm up for back bends is more back bends. Just do 1 more of these each side. And then back. Now, I'm going to place the hands on the back of the back. Fingertips are facing upwards like this. So, gives our spine a little bit of support. Knees are directly underneath the hips, toes are tucked, and then lift out of the waist. So it's almost as if someone lifting you up by the armpits, but you're lifting yourself, lifting the chest towards the sky, and then maybe head comes back. So this is a very mild version of camel, and this might be your camel. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can bring the right hand to the right heel, the left hand to the left heel, lift the chest and breathe. So you're pushing the hips forward, trying to get length in the lower back. Face is looking towards the sky. Chest is nice and open. Feel as if there's a fist in between your shoulder blades pushing you up. And then inhale, lift, head comes up last. Sit down on the heels, don't lean forward, just stay here. And we'll do that again. So inhale, knees come up. Now, if that was very accessible for you, you can do it with your heels flat on the floor. So when they're lifted like this, you don't have to go down as far. So this involves a little bit more flexibility. So decide what you want to do, whether you want to do this one, the one with the toes tucked, or the ones with the feet flat. Pick your position and then move into your camel. So if you went down last time with the right arm first, I recommend going down this time with the left. Chest to the sky, hips pushing forward. Imagine there's a fist in between your shoulder blades, pushing your chest up. This is a really great stretch, all in the front of the shoulder. Could actually feel it down my arms. Remembering to breathe. Then inhale, come up. Sit back on the heels. Close the eyes. Bring the palms to the lap. And just breathe here. So it's very tempting to lean forward and do a counter pose, but it's good for the health of the spine to allow the discs in between to just get back to their normal shape naturally. You probably know they're kind of like marshmallows. So we've been forcing them in one shape. If we go into a counter pose immediately, we force them the other way. So just allow the back to settle and then come forward into a closed knees child pose. Maybe bringing the forehead to the floor. You can stack the fists and just breathe here. Then inhale, come up. We'll come to sit on the seat with the legs wide. Oh, massive click in my hip there. And we will come into Janu Shirsasana. So bring the right foot in, so it's inside the left leg. Lengthen out of the waist here. And then tip forward from the hips and breathe. So the more you breathe, the deeper you may get. And then inhale, come up. And before we move to the other side, we'll just do star pose, so a little bit more upper body strength. So bring the right hand behind you, and on an inhale, the left, you're going to put the weight into the right knee, and the left hand's going to sweep down, up and around. I haven't really got that much room, but pushing the hips forward, weight is in the right hand, in the right knee or shin, really feeling this great stretch, and then come down. We'll do the other side. So bringing in the left foot into the inner thigh, lengthen out of the waist, fold down, breathe here. Then inhale, come up. Plant this left hand outside the left hip. And then inhale, up and around for star on this side. Pushing the hips forward. Plugging that left arm bone into the socket. And then come down. Release this leg. Bring the knees together. And we'll just stretch out the shoulders. So bring the left arm up, bend at the elbow. This might be your position, so stretching out the outer shoulder here and the tricep. Maybe internally rotate this right arm, and you can interlace the fingers behind. If you can't reach, you can just grab your clothing or get a belt. Inhale, lift, and then exhale. We're going to come forward, just down the center here. And then lift back up, release the arms, push out to the side. Swap them over, so this time the right arm comes up. This could be as far as you get. Internally rotate this arm, maybe interlace, maybe hold clothing, lengthen out of the waist, and then come forward again. Belly to thighs, and breathe. Usually in this pose, it is the bottom arm, so the one that folds up the back, that causes the problems with the flexibility. You may find that one side is really easy and the other is just impossible. And that's just normal. We're not machines, our bodies have imbalances. And then inhale, lift up. Stretch the arms out, so don't beat yourself up about it if you can do it on one side and you can't on the other. And then release, and we'll do one more shoulder release. So you can fold the legs in any way that feels good. You're going to take the left arm, place it over the right. You either hug the shoulders or bring the backs of the hands together, or maybe the palms. Lift the elbows, and then if you're in the wrap like this, and then allow the forearms to fall forward. So you should really feel this down the middle of the back and the top of the shoulder blades. So this is eagle arms, Garudasana arms. Just breathe. And then lift, release, and do the other way. So whatever position is good for you. If you're cuddling yourself, you're still getting the same stretch. If you've got very big forearms like Popeye, you might not be able to do this at all. So just remember that everybody's different. We all have different biographies for our bodies. So some poses, some people find really easy, and others it's just impossible. So just do you and be happy with where you are. And then release. And then we'll make our way onto the back for Shavasana. Final relaxation. So just bring the feet to the floor. Release down. Let the feet flop open. Let the palms face the sky. Melt into the earth and breathe. As you lay there in Shavasana, I've picked a card from the Four Agreements card deck. And this one is always do your best. Take your life and enjoy it. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You were born with the right to be happy, to love, and to share your love. Just to be. To take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. So try and take this message with you for the rest of the day, maybe even the rest of the week. See if it makes a difference to how you experience your life. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes, bringing some movement back into the body. Make a full body stretch. Then bring one knee into the chest, followed by the other. Give yourself a tight squeeze. And then when you're ready, just roll over onto your favorite side. And then keeping the eyes closed, just push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And then bring the hands together at the chest in Namaste Mudra, Pushing the hands together and the fingers and thumbs together. Take a deep inhale. Cleansing exhale through the mouth. Bring the prayer up to the third eye for clarity of thought. Bring the prayer to the lips. Clear communication. And the prayer back to the chest. Sending love and good vibes to all beings everywhere. And then slowly open the eyes. Thank you for joining me in class today. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of upper body strength. Always helps to do some conditioning because it really will help you build on your yoga practice. If you like my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you know when I upload new content. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.